Hey guys, today we're going to start a new chapter on geometry basics. You got a couple of things that you need to write down, mainly just definitions, real quick stuff. And then don't forget to work on your glossary, your geometry glossary, which will be due soon. So we're first going to talk about a point, and a point is a location. It has no size or shape. You always use a capital letter to name a point. And an example, like the point that you see here, is point A. So every time you label a point, you need to write the word point and use a capital letter. A line is made up of points. Any 2 points form a line. You have to have at least 2 points. You can have an infinite number of points, but you have to have at least 2 points to have a line. A line has no thickness or width. You name a line by any 2 points on the line or with a lowercase script letter. So an example, the line that you see here has a couple of ways that you can name it. You can write out line X, Y. You can use line N, or you can use the letters with a line above it. Those letters can go forwards or backwards. So this can be line XY or line YX. 2 definitions here that you need to know. Collinear points are points that lie on the same line, and non-collinear points are points that do not lie on the same line, but there must be at least 3 points. So the collinear points that you see here are X and Y because they are on the same line. But if I were to add point Z here to the side, your non-collinear points are X, Y, and Z. You must have at least 3 of them in order to declare them as non-collinear. A plane is a flat surface made up of points. Any 3 points make up a plane. A plane extends indefinitely in all directions. You name a plane by any 3 non-collinear points on the plane or with an uppercase script letter. So this can be named plane P or plane JLK, plane KLJ, or any form of those 3 letters. The order does not matter, but you have to have at least 3. Coplanar points are points that lie on the same plane. Non-coplanar points are points that do not lie on the same plane, and there must be at least 4 of them. So if I were to put point C out here to the side, your non-coplanar points would be K, J, L, and C. Intersecting lines and planes, 2 lines intersect at a point, and 2 planes intersect at a line. Now we're going to look at this next set of notes, which gives you how to name the points, how to name the lines, how to name angles and planes and line segments and rays. Now, we have not talked about some of these. We have talked about points and lines and planes. Here is an example of an angle. This is actually an acute angle, and we are going to get more into detail that in later segments. A line segment has 2 endpoints and is named DE or ED, and a ray has 1 endpoint with the other endpoint being an arrow. So notice how those are named. So we're going to draw each figure and then name it using formal notation. A line segment with points M and N. So a line segment with points M and N. That's just one way you can draw that. A line with points T and U. a ray with endpoint H and the second point G, an angle with points PQ and vertex R. So P, Q, and vertex R, and a ray with endpoint X and another point C, X and Z, and an angle with vertex E and points D and F. So we're going to now go back and name them. So this is MN and 1 TU, and these are not the only ways that you can name them. This is the only way that you can name ray HG, angle PRQ, ray XZ, and angle FED. Down here at the bottom, some important information for you. Figures are named by their points. If a point is at the end of a figure, it is called an endpoint. A common endpoint, such as in an angle, is called a vertex, and this would be the vertex of your angle. All right, guys, as always, I have a question box. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.